There are great ideas undiscovered, breakthroughs available to those who can remove one of truth's protective layers. There are places to go beyond belief.
I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again.
Wilbur Wright once noted that the only bird that could talk was the parrot, and he didn't fly very well.
I was called by the head of the CIA and asked to come to Washington and brief him on what we had learned.
People love conspiracy theories. I mean, they are very attractive.
I didn't know at that time all the work that CIA was involved in.
But if you'll close your eyes and pay attention, which we had an experiment to do, by the way, then you see them whistling by. Not on our mission, by the way, they hadn't been discovered yet. I saw them one day on the moon. It wasn't dark, and it was kind of dark, and I saw this flash of light, and it looked like it was on the moon, but really it wasn't. It was a flash of light in my eye.
You're talking to the wrong guy. Why don't you talk to the administrator at NASA? We're passengers. We're guys going on a flight. We're not.
You'll get a gun and shoot them at them before they get out of the office?
We have a video camera running if you want to do it.
All right.
Want to call the CIA? Have them whacked?
This is the only part of the spacecraft that you can actually stand up in, because it leads to the docking tunnel through to the lunar module. And being able to stand up in a spacecraft really pleases most astronauts. Now you'll see just how difficult it is for those astronauts to get the garment off in space. And if you can do that in a spacecraft, then you've got good reason to go to the moon.
I'm willing to testify before Congress that these black operations do exist.
You find that there's a mismatch of about $30 billion. Now this is what we call the black budget, or America's billion-dollar secret, which is reserved for deeply classified programs.
With the exception of the EVA suit, everything that you list there are technologies that other agencies, in this case particularly the Air Force, are developing to some extent or another.
But also this National Program Office I mentioned would pull all together, because the Air Force does have a lot of technology.
And this other guy claims that he worked 7 years on the U.S. anti-gravity program.
So, I mean, that was entitled non-terrestrial officers, and so I was thinking, you know, what force is this? The other thing was a list of ship-to-ship and fleet-to-fleet transfers.
There's another space program going on, a secret space program. But the kind of space program he was talking about is using a spacecraft that can leave the bounds of our atmosphere and travel to the planet Mars at 0.8 C, 0.8 the speed of light.
I'm refining and heading towards something that all you have to do is charge, and it is lifting up. It is losing weight.
At Wright Patterson Field, if you could get into certain places, you'd find out what the Air Force and the government knows about UFOs.
To me, the most fascinating vehicle from the Aurora program has been the TR-3B. It's a triangular-shaped vehicle. It uses a circular accelerator, as you imagine a circle within a triangle, that rotates a mercury-based plasma at 60,000 revolutions per minute, pressurized at 250,000 atmospheres, and supercooled to 150 degrees Kelvin.
I could see at the end of this long hangar, there was this massive vehicle. And it didn't make any sense to me how this thing could fly, because I couldn't see any discernible engines.